So when we look at a gait analysis of running stride, we're looking at a few things. First, the efficiency of the stride, because the more efficient your stride is, the faster you can run, expending the least amount of energy. And second, any weakness or alteration of the stride that could lead to potential injury. So first we're looking at you from the side. I trimmed the clip down from the video that you sent. So we're first going to stop you at a initial strike. Probably gonna have, let's see. We'll use that one. So the first point where that right leg is hitting the ground, and the first thing we're going to look at is the angle of that lower leg in relation to the vertical. So we're gonna draw that angle, and we want that to be as close to the vertical as possible. So it's a little bit out in front. Got about 6 degrees out in front, so it's a little bit of an overstride. Maybe, let me fix that, maybe 4 or 5 degrees. So again, 0 would be our vertical lower leg, so we're out a little bit in front there. Next, we're going to just look at that same initial strike and see where, in relation to the center of mass, that leg is landing. We use the center of your hips as your center of mass, and ideally for the most efficient landing, we want that to be as close to underneath the center of mass as possible. So again, you can see you're out in front a little bit more than we'd like to see, so a little bit of an overstride there. Next, we're gonna move you forward to a mid stance when you're fully loaded on that leg, probably right about there. And we look at a couple of things here. This is where we can first start to see the stability of the runner from a strength standpoint, especially hip and core strength. So we take that center line, center of mass of the body, and we're looking to see how well the body is stacked over that center of mass and over that leg. So we want that line to bisect. I'm gonna fix that line right in the center of the ear. There we go. We want that line to bisect the center of the shoulder and the center of the hip. And so it looks pretty good. Looks like there's some pretty good stability. That line's basically going just about through the center of the hip and shoulder, so you can see the body stacked nicely on that stance leg when you're landing, so that looks good. We can also start to get a look at where the trail leg is here, and that's actually pretty good. That looks, that's about what we want it, maybe a smidge further forward, and if we can reduce that overstride a little bit, again, just makes it more efficient, that foot speed coming through. This is a pretty, you're looks like you're running a 4x8, so it's a pretty fast pace, so your foot speed's going to be faster here versus the longer distance races, but overall that looks pretty good there. And lastly, in this position, we're going to look at the falling angle of your body. So we are going to, again, draw that line of where the center part of your body is and measure it to the vertical. And we want that falling angle to be between 5 and 10 degrees. It looks like we're at about 8 or 9 degrees there, probably 8 degrees, as that's a better vertical line there, so right in that sweet spot of 5 to 10 degrees. So again, then we're looking at how efficiently you're using gravity to help you propel forward. So that looks pretty good. We're going to talk more about all this at camp.